thought it was a cool story, and I was in right away.
I always think the best ideas are ones where when you watch something you think, how has this not been done yet? This is such a good idea.
Get them!
The first time I heard of the bad guys was when I saw the first book of the series from Aaron Blavey. Immediately went back to my desk and did a sketch for those characters because they were so inspiring.
Pierre nailed the look, the feel, the tone, the conceit. A group of misunderstood bad guys who are so good at being bad and so incredibly bad at being good.
Well, this just got a little weird.
Pierre had this great perspective of this film of being like a Quentin Tarantino movie for kids.
Let's bounce.
And so we immediately started looking at the classic heist movies that were kind of oozing with this contemporary style.
Oh, yeah. The full Clooney.
We collided it with this super fun, cartoony, funny, silly, animated style. And it created a really fresh take on the heist genre that we haven't really seen before.
It's a blend of silliness and sophistication, of cool and stupid, that is appealing to adults as well as kids.
Say robbery! Robbery!
With characters that are incredibly fun to look at and see interact with each other.
Jake! It's them!
I love animated movies, and I wanted to be a part of something like this. Each character feels so different and dynamic.
At some point along the storyboarding process, the actual actors come in and begin recording.
We can start on page 1.
On the outside, the 5 of you are villains, predators, remorseful sociopaths.
And it gave us a new understanding of the way they look and the way they behave and the way it's animated.
What's going on? You got that twinkle in your eye.
This cast brought such nuance and charm and humanity to the characters that they play.
A wolf and a fox are not so different.
Everybody brought their A game, and to see those characters fully realized on the screen, it's breathtaking.
Who's up for another job? A big one.
Initially, the heist was not scripted. And that's like a playground for a story artist.
We made a big board with push pins and everything, mapping out this massive heist and what is each character doing, what's their specialty.
So step 1, we'll need to blend in.
Wolf was the front man. He kind of drew all the eyes. And Piranha was the grease man.
Surprise!
Shark was the distraction.
My life is too complicated right now.
The goal, though, was to take the sophistication of actually planning a heist, as they would do in a live-action movie, and add that cartoony spin on it.
It's showtime.
So everything had to have this underlying sophistication. But then, what can the animated characters do that a live-action character could not? So Piranha coming up through the toilet, and Snake literally shedding his disguise.
Yes! What bam!
We knew they had these disguises going into the gala. Shark was dressed up like a lady. They tell him be subtle, so I thought, what's the most unsubtle thing he can possibly say?
I'm having a baby!
The heist just felt like everything about it is the DNA of bad guys. It's cool, it's sleek, all of the characters are working as a well-oiled machine, but it's also really silly, and goofy, and fun.
No. Yes.
Excuse me once again.
On this film, it was really important for all the departments to work together to really bring in a cohesive style that really works on all cylinders. I really wanted it to be different from the classical CG look that we see all the time. The point was, okay, how can we get an image that's a bit more illustrative, a bit more painterly? A lot of the designs were very graphic in a very different way that we've done here at DreamWorks. In terms of the character design, let's bring some other influences.
We had a lot of influence from Japanese animation and French aesthetic too, and how cool it looks.
We were supposed to be different in all aspects. And I think it is, in the end. You know, it just gives a different flavor.
The animation is incredible. It has a rawness to it that makes it almost human.
This movie is visually so different.
It has this vintage Los Angeles feel to it. It felt cool. It felt like something I had not seen before.
Everything down to the conversations, to the style, to the action sequences, the twists, the stakes. When you have those elements, I think you can make something really special. It's crime time, baby.
It's a crazy movie. It feels slightly dangerous and fun.
It's interesting when you do something like this, you're coming in to a place where these people have been working day and night. They're eating it, drinking it, sleeping it. So you come in and you're like this fresh-faced visitor, you know? And what's remarkable, Pierre in particular has always been able to have that freshness.
It always makes your job easier when you're working with collaborators who care, who hear you, and I think at the end of the day just want to do what's right and good for the project.
Woo! Yeah!
I really have not seen anything like it. Stylistically, visually, but also in terms of characters, in terms of the conversations they're having, like everything. It's just, yeah, very special movie.
It has everything. It has fun, it has humor, it has action, it has heart. And for me, getting all of this together, finding a different look that we hadn't seen before, and being so engaged with those characters to create a really great little story there was such an incredible adventure.